We will start our Dhamma talk by paying respect to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, we are teaching Puttamaṃsūpama Sutta. The simile of the sun. This Sutta is teaching about the 4 kinds of ahara, nutrition. Number 1, food, chetana, volition. Number 4, vijnana, consciousness. Now we are learning about the food. So basically, to eat food with the perception of the sense of flesh, we may say generally not to attach to the food. So we eat food just to cross Gandhara, difficult journey. So for the practitioner, we eat food just to practice, to overcome suffering on Sankara or rebirth. So it is generally saying. So according to ultimate reality, food is called materiality. So we have explained about the materiality. So it is in this time it is related to vipassana. So what is a vipassana? There are 4 steps I want to say. Number 1, discerning materiality. Number 2, discerning mentality. Number 3, discerning cause and effect. Number 4, trying to see of those and Nama-rupa, mentality, materiality, arising and perishing, and to contemplate as a nature, dukkha, anatta. So we have learned about the 28 rupas of the body. So if we continue next step, so need to discern mental process, need to discern mentality. So if we say those mentality, so normally we may need to have notes. We may need to learn quite systematically. If we learn Dhamma teaching, it would be good, easy to understand. But it is also a bit difficult to say if you didn't learn Dhamma. I'm thinking, should I teach those process or not? Okay, so we may go directly to the Sutta. We may not teach the normal process. So it will be very long if we teach. So later maybe you have learned already, or you may learn those viramas later. So about the food, in the like samatha concentration, for the concentration, just to eat food with the perception of the sun's flesh, just to do across the Gandhara, we eat food. It is a normal perception. So by reflecting in this way, so we may have some kind of concentration because it is one of the meditation objects. So if we have a concentration, our mind may have ability to focus on the food. So if we focus on the food deeper and deeper, it can reach ultimate reality. So in the food, there is nutrition. So that nutrition is a reality, a kind of reality which can support our body. So in the body also we have, in the food also we have. So if we see that nutrition, also possible to see the other elements, because your mind stick on it. For example, this finger, this is a kind of flesh, so there is a nutrition. So how to see? So you if mosquito bites our body, so mosquito will have a nutrition. So there is a nutrition in this finger. In the same way, in the food, this is can be food. So if our mind stay there, possible to know the other elements. For example, it is hard. That is the earth element. So some water is there. So water element. So have temperature. It is a fire element. Also have a wind inside. So because we can rise up, we can shake our hand, and this is a wind element. In this way, you can discern the other elements. So your mind focusing nutrition, focusing on the food. If you concentrate on it, you can move with the other elements one after another. You can discern the other elements one after another. So in the food, there are 8 kinds of materiality. So like 4 elements also have a color. You see this hand have a color. So have a smell, have a taste if you eat, have a nutrition. So 4 elements, color, smell, taste, nutrition. So altogether, 8 kinds of rupa on the food. So you will know those rupas, 8 kinds of rupa. So from there, you can go. So food put into the tongue. So that food will impinge your tongue. That taste will impinge your tongue. So you can move your mind on the tongue. So on the tongue, there is sensitivity, tongue translucency, tongue sensitivity, which can know the taste. So from the food, you can turn your mind on the tongue. So if so, you will know tongue translucency. So you can discern that rupa. So from the tongue translucency, in the tongue also have like 4 elements. So from there, you can move your body. So the other materialities, you can discern one after another. So it is the way to discern from the food, move to body. So at the beginning, you are discerning nutrition. So in the food, from the nutrition to move with the other elements on the food. From the food, you can change your mind to the Dhamma. From the Dhamma, you can move the whole body. You can discern the whole body. So it's becoming beginning point of vipassana, discerning rupa. Discerning rupa. So in this way, we may learn according to Sutta. But normally we don't practice from the food. Normally we start from the body, start from the 4 elements. After 4 elements, we discern all rupas in the body. But this, according to this Sutta is dealing with the food. So discern food first. After that, go to the tongue and go to the whole body. So it is a way of practice. For example, some other practices like that. Most of people practice breathing and meditation. So they concentrate, trying to have a concentration on the breathing. So they have some concentration. After that, they may discern what kind of materiality in the air. So start from there and spread to the whole body. Another thing is you focus on the breath. Your mental factors are arising in the heart. So first of all, discerning mental factors in the heart. From the mental factor, move to the heart area, heart materialities. After that, the whole materiality. It is starting from the nama to the rupa. So if we start from the breathing, from the rupa to the nama. So based on concentration with which you establish, so you may start from there. You can start in this way. So according to this Sutta, focusing food, so discerning rupa on the food, after that move to body. Anyway, later it is a discerning rupas. Okay, after discerning rupa, he has a need to discern nama. So if you know rupas on the body, like eye translucency, ear translucency, nose translucency, tongue translucency, body translucency, and the heart. Those are bases of nama. So objects are impinging into the eye, into the ear, into the nose, into the tongue, into the body, and the heart. So when impinge, objects are impinging, so impinging sensitivity, minds are arising. So you need to keep your mind on the base which object is impinging. So whenever object is impinging, like eye translucency, ear translucency, minds are arising. So at that time, you can discern mind or mental factors on those bases. Because of this, if you know materiality, you can know mentality arising on the materiality, on the base. So on the eye base, ear base, nose base, tongue base, body base, and the heart base. For example, if I see TV, so colors are impinging my eye, my heart. So my mentality arising, I may say mind mentality. So mentality is a mentality, should not be mind mentality. So mentality arising on those base, I am hearts. So you focus there, you try to see object and keep your mind on the base. So at that time, mentalities are arising. So you can discern those mentalities or mental factors. But I didn't teach you mental factors. So it is a discerning Dhamma. Discerning Dhamma. So after discerning Dhamma, so next step is trying to discern cause and effect. So let's say the cause of a rupa. The cause of a rupa, the cause of a materiality is of 4 types. It's of 4 types. One is a mind. Mind also the cause of a mentality. For example, I'm speaking, moving hand. Those are mind-born materiality caused by mind. Another cause is temperature or weather or Uttu in Bali or fire element. It is also producing materialities in our body. So based on cold and heat, body is changing. Another cause is food. So food also producing materiality in our body. So because of this, we eat food burned by digestive fire, so producing materialities and passed away. Now we eat next time again and produce. If we cannot eat, materialities are less and less. So it is produced by food. Another one is produced by karma. We have done karma in the past. It is a cause and effect very far. It is difficult to discern. Have to do very systematically. So to find this cause, it is difficult. But I have a way to do, how to do. So first of all, you need to discern the materiality. Second, you need to discern the mentality. So internally, externally, have to discern. If you have discerned thoroughly, internally and externally, so you can move to past. You can try to see. You try to send your knowledge to the past until next life, near death moment. So at that time, you may be able to see your karma, which produces these lives. So that cause is far. According to Paticca Samuppada, it is a sankhara. Sankhara paccaya vijnana, like that. This is a connection. So that is the cause of this rupa. Because of this, so although we have the same mind, the same food, the same temperature, but appearance are not the same. One cause is karma. It can be different. So some are healthy, some are not healthy. Although we eat the same food, someone may get sick, someone may not. So because of this, this is the karma cause. So basically, there are 4 causes of rupa: food, mind, temperature, and karma. Need to find. So when you discern rupas one after another, you may understand that there is no soul in the rupa. After discerning Dhamma, you may understand there is no soul in the thought, in the mentality. So after that you need to find the causes. If so, you may understand there is no creator. It is, we say, external soul. Or another thing is Brahma Atta. So some people think this body is created by someone. Not created by someone. There is four causes. If so, can we say these four causes are creator? We cannot say, because these four causes also have their cause. Because of this, usually we have to say, see the cause of rupa and the cause of cause, because the cause is not finished. There is a cause, no one, nothing on the top. So if we discern causes, we will understand there is no creator, no external soul of the rupa. Because of this, we need to discern a dual connection, like a karma result. It is very important. So in normal education, only we learn cause and effect in the present life. Beyond the life, we cannot learn in the normal school. So some cause and effect is very far, even many lives can be far. So like a Buddha, Vijika Buddha, only they can teach those cause and effect. It is something losing a point. Because of this, people get a wrong view. Someone creates, although we do go on bad, another result will come, something like that. So if we can see those karma result, so it is very beneficial, and so don't have to do evil things. So these four are the cause of rupa. The cause of rupa. So if you want to have a good rupa, you should try to keep your mind better, your food better, your temperature, where you stay, need to be better. Also need to establish good karma. For example, if you want to be beautiful or handsome, so not trying to get angry. It is the cause of ugly appearance. So it is the cause of rupa. So another thing is we may say the cause of nama, the causes of nama, mentality. So something like briefly. So when we see something, our mentality arises, seeing in mind arises. So if we have practiced well, so good mind, we can produce a good mind by seeing. If we don't practice, normally going, if so, not so sure to be good, so can also be bad. In the same way, by listening, by smelling, by eating, by touching, by thinking. So, for example, for the seeing mind, what are the causes? Must we have a visible object? Must we have a visible? It is one of the cause. Must we have a light like that? We have light, we can see. Another thing is must we have eye translucency, the kind of rupa in the eye. So if someone blind, he cannot have seeing in mind. So must we have eye translucency. Also must we have attention. Attention is using an eye. Although you have a mind, if you don't use your eye, you are trying to thinking other things. If so, you will not see. If you try to use the ear, so you will not see. So when you are hearing my sound, you are not seeing my appearance. So you need to turn your mind towards the seeing object. If so, you will see. It is called attention. So if you want to have a good mind, you need to have proper attention. Which object you should see, you should turn. So in front of you, maybe there are many objects. Which one you want to take? So it is a choosing object. Another thing is a choosing attitude. How you should think. So by seeing, seeing is just a color and form, no more than that. So you should note it is a rupa, color and form. If so, a kind of good attitude, practitioner's attitude. So can produce a good mind. So Vipassana is like that, trying to see reality. If you see something impinge your eye is just color and form, no more than that. If you think this and that, it is your presentation or like that. You are thinking, not reality. So Vipassana practitioner means by seeing, may think just seeing, just a visible object. When we see, if we trying to discern objects, it is just a visible object, color and form. If we trying to discern inside, it is eye translucency, being impinged by visible object. Or we may discern consciousness arising in the eye, just as seeing consciousness. So you can do three things when you are seeing, basically. Visible object, eye translucency, and seeing in mind. So those are good attitude, Vipassana attitude. So visible object also changing, this also changing, something like that, not trying to attach. If so, anything changing, we will not have a worry. So basically, for the seeing in mind, need to have a visible object, need to have eye translucency, need to have a light, need to have attention. It is more important to practice. Where you should turn, what kind of attitude you should have. So it is the concepts. Yeah, what kind of object is available? Some people can see good view. For example, you see flowers, nice curtain. You have chance to see those things. So it is because of good karma. Some people never chance to see those good things, or rarely have to see good things. It is related to karma. So it is the cause of cause, the cause of object. So if you want to see beautiful things, like trying to offer beautiful things, so you will have eye, go eye, you will have those visible objects, go objects. So it is for the seeing. For example, for the hearing in mind. You need to have a sound object. You need to have an ear translucency. You need to have a space ear, not to close ear. So you need to have attention. So in an aeroplane, they may announce, may I have your attention, please? Although you have an ear, if you don't pay attention to that, we're not here. So these are causes of hearing in mind. So in the hearing, realities are just a sound, no meaning. Like if you don't understand the English, whatever I say, you will not know. Just a sound impinging in your ear. But you have marked before which sound, what kind of meaning you translate. It is the mind's thinking. So reality is the sound impinging in your ear. So sound, you may reflect as a sound. This is just a sound. Or you may reflect your ear translucency, which can accept the sound. Or you may reflect the mind arising on the ear translucency, hearing. It is a reality. More than that, what kind of meaning Pandits are saying, this is just your own translation, based on old perception. So these are causes of hearing mind. And for the smelling mind, the same, need to have a smell, need to have nose translucency. Now you're broken by COVID. So also need to have air which can bring the smell. Also need to have attention. So attention can be proper attention or improper attention. So which object you should take, what kind of attitude you should have. So it have to learn. Vipassana is a kind of learning, those learning. So about that, about the eating mind. So you need to have a food or taste. You need to have a tongue translucency, not to burn a very hot soup. If burned by very hot soup, it will break. So it was you will not taste. Also, you need to have some saliva to make wet food. So, rather, you need to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, so like eating in time, if you get angry, so you will not know taste. You need to turn your mind to that time, if so you will know taste. So Vipassana practitioner may practice just a taste. Or tongue translucency. Or knowing the taste. It is a mind to materiality. Also, we need to find the causes. So, for the body touching, must have hardness, must have body translucency, like that. Must have a hardness. If two things are hard, you may know. Also, attention you need. So we have many touching. So in the below touching, maybe in the body, sometimes pressing, sometimes pushing. So if we pay attention, we will know. If we don't have attention, we will not know. So it is about the touching. So in the touching, we may discern this is a tangible object. Tangible object means maybe other element, fire element, and the wind element. Or we may discern body translucency. Or we may discern mind knowing the tangible object. So this is a hand touching or something. Those are the mind's working, not reality. So it is about the touching mind. So need to discern together with the causes. Because if we don't know the cause, we may think someone creates. So actually we can manage. If we want to see, we should turn our mind towards the eye door. If we want to hear, we should turn towards the ear door. For example, most of people practice breathing meditation. So to know breathing, we need to turn our mind here for the translucency. The air is touching. When the air is touching here, we try to know the air try to feel the air with the body translucency. We try to know air, later mind is stronger. So later we'll know by mind directly. When we read the books, in the beginning with the eye, take the Gananga. So later mind can memorize. We know that letter, that book directly by mind. Meditation objects, some are visible objects, some are body touching, tangible object. Like the 32 parts in the past, explained by teacher. So it is a listening object. Now the food, nutrition, it is known by mind directly, but you can also see. So it is touching mind. So seeing mind, hearing mind, smelling mind, tasting mind, touching mind. Another thing is just a mind door. Not using eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, directly trying to know the objects. So what are mind's objects? It can be everything. Mind can take everything. Mind can see, mind can hear, mind can smell, mind can taste, mind can touch. Also more than that. Mind can think everything if we have ability. So just you need to turn your mind towards where you want to know. So if you want to know about the Myanmar, just turn your mind to the Myanmar. If you want to know Singapore, just turn your mind towards Singapore. You will see Malayu or something like that, water producing from the mouth. So it is a turning mind. For the mind though, object is the cause. Your heart base also cause, because mind arises on the heart. Also, your attention, where you turn. So it is also the cause. So some are related to past causes. Like you are sleeping in mind. The cause of sleeping in mind is have past causes related to previous karma, maybe long times ago. So these are the causes. We need to find the causes and do connection. So past, some are present cause, some are past cause. So trying to understand. If so, this mentality not created by anyone. It is created by causes. But the cause also have another cause. Nothing on the top. Because of this, we don't say those are created. Not only past to present mind you have, also trying to see future, what kind of result will produce. For example, now you are listening in Dhamma. What kind of mind arising? Need to learn. Understand. What is the result in the future? You need to see. So in the examination also we have this practice. Just learning and teaching. What are you doing? What kind of mind you are having? What are results? What are the causes? Have to see, have to know. In the practicing way, also we have disciplines. Because of this, now what we are doing, we need to know good or bad. what are the causes, what are results. So it is a bit strange. So if we try to see past, based on result, trying to see causes. If we want to see future, based on causes, trying to see result. So it is a kind of link. From the result, go to the cause. From the cause, go to the result. Something like that. So not only in the Vipassana practice, but also Samatha practice. For example, in the Samatha practice, there are a kind of knowledge, Yatha Kamupaka Jnana. So, like trying to establish concentration, having a light. So, trying to see beings, let's say beings in the hell, suffering a lot. So, meditator, if they want to see why they suffer, causes are coming out. So, by seeing a result, they can see the causes. There is a kind of connection. They just why they suffer. They try to incline, wishing to know, a kind of mind, wishing to know the causes. Causes are possible to appear. So in the same way, may see the devas enjoying life, why they got this result. If a powerful meditator want to know the causes, it is possible to know the causes. In the same way, some people are doing very bad. What is the result? Impossible to see. In the same way, some people are doing a very good deed. So, if so, what is the result? If we want to see, if someone have concentration, it is possible to see. So, this practicing is make a person to have a right view, to have a clear understanding. So, even concentration practice or even Vipassana practice have this kind of connection. It is a cause and effect. So, not only Vipassana, but also in the Samatha practice. Some people are practicing those things. So, I think less or much they are seeing. So, have such kind of person, even nowadays, I believe. So, in the book also have this kind of knowledge. So, something a bit strange. It is a knowledge case. If you read a Buddha's story, like a Bodhisattva, wishing one to be Buddha. So the Buddha trying to see, will he be Buddha or not? So see, in which time he will be Buddha. So based on cause, trying to see result. In the same way, in the Buddha time, when the Buddha want to teach someone, he see, is there any upanisya, strong cause to get attainment? So, by seeing a result in his heart, so can see the causes, something he has done in the past, strong cause to have attainment. If so, the Buddha go and teach Dhamma. So, it is quite usual in a teaching, trying see cause, trying to see effect. See effect, trying to see causes. And this understanding is very important. Even Samatha practice and Vipassana practice help. If someone understands in this way, so they will know there is no creator, just a cause and effect. So it is, we say, discerning causes. Okay, now meditator may know discerning rupa, physical body, discerning nama, mental body, discerning cause and effect and the connection. So after that, this is a step, trying to see arising and perishing, and contemplate as a nature, impermanence, dukkha, suffering, anatta, non-self, even in cause and effect, everything, nature, dukkha, anatta, by seeing arising and perishing. So have to do. So from the food, discern materiality. From the materiality, move into mentality, and find the causes, and trying to see arising and perishing. So in this way we go. So if we discern in this way, so the Sutta say he will be anagami, who can remove attachment to the nama rupa. So saying like that. So ending up with the anagami position. So if we see arising and perishing, if it is enough, the mind may go and see nibbana. First time you see, you become sotapanna. Practice again. Next time you see more clearer, even namarupa or nibbana, sakadagami pasa. Next time you practice again, you see anagami pasa. So anagami can remove attachment, which can produce human deva life or Brahman, human deva life. Yeah, he may reborn Brahma. After that, go to Nibbana, become Arahanta. So because of this, the Sutta say, if you know the food thoroughly, you will know fivefold sensual pressure. Fivefold sensual pressure. So it is like moving from the food. You go the other things. You will know everything. Generally, you can say like that. But in the commentary, if you know food thoroughly means when you are eating. So if you know well, like a taste, tongue translucency, and tasting in mind, so you can remove attachment for the eating. So if you can remove attachment for the eating, for the seeing also similar. You can remove attachment to the seeing. You can remove hearing, you can remove smelling, you can remove touching. So it is a fivefold sensual pressure. So here gives simile. So there is a kind of robber or thieves disturbing in the five places. So they are also disturbing five places. He is disturbing. So if in one place, if you can kill that robber or enemy, so the other place also safe. So saying like that. In the same way, if you understand eating, if you can remove craving about the eating, so possible for the seeing, possible hearing, smelling, and touching. So saying like that, because it just you separate only to practice. So because of this, if you know food thoroughly, you will know fivefold sensual pressure, fivefold attachments, fivefold passion. So may not touch by seeing, may not touch by listening, may not touch by smelling, may not touch by tasting, may not touch by touching. So because everything you discern, nature, impermanence, dukkha, suffering, anatta, non-self. So seeing also, you may not say mind seeing or I see when I say, because how mental affect us, or physical things arising about the seeing, hearing. If you understand, you will not say this is a mind seeing, I'm seeing, like that. So can remove attachment. Another definition, it is called eka prajna, knowing one thoroughly. Next one is next definition is knowing all. If you know food, it is knowing all. Because in the food, there is a color, seeing object. So you should see advertisement. The food are very nice, has a very nice color. The foods are of nice color. So sometimes by seeing color, we want to eat. So it has color. So you should discern that mentality, materiality. So can remove about the visible object. So some food have a nice sound, It is called cracker. Cracker. Okay, cracker food, some are like if you eat, if you chew, have sound, a nice sound. So you try to understand that for the food. So some food together with a good smell. Maybe you may Starbucks coffee. Right? Starbucks coffee. I frequently go in front of Starbucks coffee. So smell very nice. More than drinking coffee. So trying to understand smell impinging your nose translucency. So smell also smell rising apparition. Nose translucency also rising apparition. Which can know that smell mind. It is also rising apparition. You may contemplate the nature dukkha anatta. It is because of attention arises, because of objects, because of wind, because of nose translucency, it arises. If you understand together with the causes, the whole, and contemplate nature dukkha anatta. If you do that, you may be able to remove attachment about the smelling of a food. So taste, surely you have a taste. You try to understand. Also, some foods are not just seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, also have touching. Like jelly. Jelly is a kind of touching, In the same way, like, how to say, ice cream. Ice cream is not just a taste, also touching. Touching cold and heat. Less heat, it means a cold. So trying to feel a cold, it is a kind of touching object, attachment to touching object, trying to understand. So in the eating, in the nutrition, so you can practice seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Because of this, if you know food thoroughly, you will know fivefold sensual pleasure, fivefold attachment. Okay, this is another definition. So it is called sabbaprajna, knowing all thoroughly. Another definition is knowing origin thoroughly. Food is the origin of every attachment, because food is very important. When we have food only, we can think other things. If we don't have food, so we cannot think. We don't want to see, don't want to listen, don't want to smell, don't want to touch. Because the body is very weak, very hungry. Only we will think of food. So if we don't attach food, so food is the origin. So we may not attach other things. because it's the food is origin. There are a kind of danger in the Sri Lanka in the past. So because of some of them war or fighting, so they cannot get food. So at that time they are very hungry. So even a husband and wife can never quarreling because of no food. So for a week. Also they cannot celebrate any day. So they cannot have any problem because of no food. If you have food, people want to do this and that. So many problems coming out. Because of this, if we understand the food, it is a known origin thoroughly. If so, we may be able to remove the other attachment. It is like a very strong. Okay, so because of this, if we know food, we will know fivefold attachment. If we know fivefold attachment, we will not have a factor which can make a person to come this world, especially human and devil world. Humans are happy by seeing, by listening, by smelling, by tasting, by touching. If you don't have attachment to those things, you may not come to human and devil world. Only may go Brahma realm, like a Nagami. Nagami, they are not happy by seeing, by eating. Also Brahmas, the same. Brahmas are by seeing, they will not enjoy. By eating, they will not enjoy. Also by touching, they don't enjoy. So they are just go to absorption. By thinking, they can enjoy. They still enjoy. Anagamis are by thinking. Like they may enjoy with the jhana, but they don't want. By seeing, they cannot enjoy. By eating, they cannot enjoy. Because of this, Anagami person, even a human, even a lay people, they don't eat dinner. It is not necessary. Also, they don't hold the money. So don't want to hold the money, gold and silver. They will not make those things value. So only they may go to absorption. They don't touch a human and their life. After they pass away, were reborn as a Brahma, continue to practice, become Arahanta, go to Nirvana. So, so this is about the food to practice. No time, 45 minutes. Okay, so next one we will go. This is a fast nutrition to practice. So you try to remove attachment for the eating. So the way of practicing is two things. One is like a samatha, like I say, disgusting things, like a sun's flesh. You may think if the mind is deeply going, stick on the nutrition. From the nutrition, you may discern the other materiality. From the materiality, you may go to mentality, cause and effect, trying to see arising and flourishing, like that. So the next nutrition, number two, nutrition is phassa, contact. So contact is a kind of mental factor. So connecting with objects. So some are arising in the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. Some are arising in the mind. So by seeing, we can contact the object, a kind of factor contacting the object. So someone climbing in tree, very high on the top. We see, we are afraid, feel afraid. It is mentally contact by seeing. In the same way, by listening. So you may see a scary movie. Sometimes they make a sudden noise like that. So scared. It is contact with the ear. In the same way, by smell, you find the example. I cannot find it easily. So by tasting. So if you're trying to eat a Myanmar food, you were scared. So by tasting. So by touching. Also by thinking. By thinking. Sometimes we contact many objects and scared. Something like that. So, or enjoying. It is having a kind of contact. It is called a phassa. So eye contact, ear contact, nose contact, tongue contact, body contact, and the mind contact. For example, eating contact. Someone is eating a lemon. We see very sour. So no lemon in our tongue, but we can smell. We can be very sour. Really feel sour. It is some kind of contact, mental contact. So it is a kind of nutrition. Nutrition, normal food, support our body. In the same way, that contact supports our feeling. So it is a nutrition of feeling. So about this contact, how we should consider? Which way the Buddha teach to consider? So here giving a simile, like a cow, not oxen, female cow, female animal. Cow, not oxen. This is have a special way because female is weak, so cannot be patient suffering if it is very gross. So cow remove the skin. So because of removing skin, so the cow is very suffering. If that cow trying to stay near the wall, the insects or creatures on the wall will bite cow. Contact is very painful. So if so, go to the tree, near the tree. So the insects dependent on the tree may bite that cow because the smelling is a bit how to say, something strange. So insects come and bite that cow. It is also suffering. Okay, going into tree is not nice. Going into the water. The insects or creatures dependent on the water will bite that cow. Anything is very painful. So if so, okay, we'll stay on the space, on the open place. So the insects or creatures dependent on the sky will come and bite that cow. Every touching, it is painful. So in the same way, based on this simile, whenever we see, have touching. Whenever we listen, have touching. Whenever we smell, have touching. Whenever we eat, have touching. Whenever we touch, have a kind of contact or contact. Okay, touching and contact is the same. So all these contact to consider like a cow. Other dependent on wall, painful. Dependent on trying to approach to tree, also painful. Trying to approach to the water, it is also painful. Trying to approach to the space, it is also painful. So wherever that cow goes, all are painful. So in the same way, by seeing, the Buddha encouraged us not trying to enjoy. It is a kind of painful thing. By listening, by smelling, by eating, by touching, and by thinking, mental contact. So try to consider like a cow being removed the skin. So people are trying to enjoy by seeing, by listening. But the Buddha's instruction here is trying to consider like the simile of cow being removed the skin. So the Sutta say, if you know this contact, you will know three kinds of feeling, like a happy feeling, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling. If you know contact, you will know three kinds of feeling. If you know three kinds of feeling, you will be noble disciple. You don't have anything more to do. Means arahanta. So that's saying only that. If you know contact, you will know three kinds of feeling. If you know three kinds of feeling, you will be noble disciple. So you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything means katankaraniya. You have done what you should do. So it means become arahanta. So here saying is based on contact, we may have defilements. All defilements are, all cravings, attachments are coming from those contact. So if we don't consider in this way, we may attach eye contact, ear contact, nose contact, tongue contact, body contact. If we have attachment, so it is the cause of life. We will have all suffering. So any contact in the three world means like a human Deva Brahma. So not to attach, not wish to contact. So in this way, saying. So from the contact, how to practice? So if you know contact, this is a knowing phassa, a kind of mental factor, discerning mentality. So if you know phassa, from the phassa, if you stick on the phassa, from phassa you can move another mentalities, like the other mental factors. So like Vedana, Sanya, Chaita. After knowing mentality is arise based on materiality. If you know, you discern mentality. Also, you can discern materiality. Just get it down. For example, in the heart, mentality is arising here. So just you pay attention a little bit down. So you will find materiality. So this practicing is start from the mentality. After that, go to the materiality. But at the same, you may go the causes. You may see arising and perishing. And contemplate nature, dukkha, anatta. So until arahanta. So why the Sutta say, if you know phassa, contact, you will know three kinds of feeling. Because a feeling is originated from contact. If you know contact, you will know feeling. So feeling and contact always together. Once you contact, have a feeling. So because of this in the Puttamaṃsūpama, phassa pacaya vedana. Why we have a feeling? Because of we have a contact. So cause and effect is like that. We contact, we have a feeling. Based on feeling, we have a love and hate. Like this one I like, that one I like. So attachment many. So if we have attachment, we do go back karma, go back action to get those things. So we will have lives, human lives, divine lives, the Brahman lives. If there is a lives, there is a lot of suffering. So wherever we approach, lives are naturally suffering. So because of this, we try to practice on a contact. It is also a kind of important factors to understand. It is a kind of nutrition to support feeling. So the discerning way of vipassana is phassa, you discern. From the phassa, you discern other mentality. So from the other mentality, you move into materiality, also trying to find a cause and effect and arising operation. So for the beginners, normally we don't practice from the Dhamma, but maybe in the Buddha time, some people, they have finished those things. Only just a repetition they do. For them, can start from everywhere. From not just from the Rupa Nama. From the Nama, they go Rupa or cause and effect can be. But usually for the beginners, Rupa first, go to Nama, cause and effect, rising operation. But for those who have a causes, these causes, they may start from everywhere, may connect. Phassa, okay, phassa, outer mentality, or rather materiality, or rather cause and effect. They can do, they can start from everywhere. So because of this, can do in this way. So for the beginners, usually start from the Rupa. But some instruction start from the Dhamma. Maybe less people practice. So, but for those who want to do repetition, they can start from everywhere, which is obvious factor. So start from there, go the other things. So because of this, if you know phassa, you will know other things. If you know other things, so later become arahanta, nothing to do. But phassa is an important factor to discern. Many people like it, but the Buddha say to reflect like it counts a feeling, everything, everywhere approaching all are suffering. So by seeing, it is also suffering. By listening, also suffering. By smell, also suffering. By tasting, also suffering. By touching, and by thinking, all are suffering. Because from those contact, we will have defilements. It will produce lives. So all lives are suffering. Okay, so we should stop. Okay, sharing merit. We will do sharing merit. So 2 nutrition is finished. Now we will continue the other nutrition. Maybe next talk I will finish. This is Sutta. Okay, repeat after me. Idam me punyam Nibbanasa Pachayo Hodu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabha Sadanam Pajemi Te Sabe Me Samam Punya Bhagam Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu